Yo, pay attention. Them people out to get us, we at risk to their ambition. Cause we were not conditioned for this different way of living. We turning the sheep. This my Arabic explanation. Gotta learn to Kash. I inherited dedication. I ain't turning a cheek. I'm a field nigga. Blood on the back of my heels, I'ma still get you. Abruptly clapping my steel, I'ma still hit you. Covering up my tracks in the field, I'm a real nigga. Energy thick in my chest. These politics and these rappers just optimistically guess. I'm the truth like Devin and I don't miss like Steph. I got kids in the heavens with rotten ribs in my flesh. Jump out the sky like my lineage and share the soul of the prophet. Read the Quran when I seen it, now I'd rather grow my deposit. No record deal, but let's reveal what the rest conceal. Blessed with extra skills just to confess the real.
Yo, welcome to PodKash. This is my second episode, and today we're going to highlight the black woman and entrepreneurship. I got some dope guests for me today, Koco and Miah. Can y'all introduce yourselves?
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Coco. I'm owner of Cure House Naturals salon out here in Grand Prairie. Our salon was founded with two sisters, my sister, Miah. So she's here, she'll introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Maya, the other half of Your House Natural, her sister.
Yeah, we from Dallas, Texas, Cedar Hill to be exact. We've been in the lock game for about 5 to 6 years. Yeah, and so we're just taking over the city one retwist at a time.
Before we get going, also, this is my beautiful wife, Portia. So today, like I said, I want to just discuss entrepreneurship. That's something I recently got into, and these are some good friends of mine who started their own business, and they have been flourishing, doing pretty well. So I think it was a good time to sit down and talk about, you know, the perils and some of the good things that come with a business, you know. So you want to start?
Okay, so however you want to jump into it.
Well, let's talk about how y'all got started. Like, what made you want to start the actual business?
Locks or natural hair has been something that's just always been a part of my life. Hair has been a big part of our family. I just can remember spending all Saturday morning. It's 3 ladies in our house, my mom, my sister, and myself. And our days were filled with getting our hair done. We're washing, we're pressing, taking that time to bond and connect. So it just was a really paramount in my life. And so it's something that my mom has always supported. You can see pictures of me as young as 4 and 5 years old with a comb in my hand, you know, doing hair. It's just been something that's just always been a part of my life. And so I just think as time progressed, you know, I did the corporate thing, went to college, all that. And I just finally had that breakdown, had that conversation with God, like, what is it that you want me to be doing? And he told me what's in your hands. And I knew exactly what that meant. And we've been rocking and rolling ever since. And so in the last year and a half, my sisters come on with me full time. And now my mom works with me part time. So the goal is to let people know that black families can work together. That's our biggest testimony, that we are breaking that chain and that generational curse that black families can't work and that it's going to be a problem, it's going to be an issue. My family stands behind me wholeheartedly, 100%, and they're the only reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing at the level and capacity that I'm doing it.
That's dope. That's cute. So I know y'all argue a lot because y'all family. You know, I'm sure y'all have y'all issues. I'm just playing. But I got a question. Okay, locticians, that is something new that I've just recently heard. When did that term get coined, or when did it become? Because when I grew up, I'm from Kansas City, kind of Houston. Niggas had dreads, you know. Like, it wasn't no locticians out here. You had your locks, you know. But when did the loctician thing kind of start?
I think it's always been a thing, but it just wasn't what was mainstream. So I think we're seeing the mainstream wave of locks and what was formerly pretty much called dreads. And so I just think people, as the natural hair wave kind of took off and we kind of reached back towards the 70s when they were wearing froze. And so we're all kind of in a conscious space of wanting to wear our natural hair and be able to appreciate that part of ourselves. So I think as that natural progression, locks just was a next step in that. And so I just see more people in the evolution of locks coming along. It's not really a new thing. We're not recreating the wheel. We're just putting our own spin on it. So it's not really a new thing. So it's kind of hard to say, like, when did the term get coined? It's just now more mainstream.
Okay, that makes sense. So Maya, why is dread such a slur now? Like, I called some girls dreads a while ago, and she was like real, like, mad. I'm like, I grew up, we called them dreads. Like, it's like a slur now.
I think because with all the myths with locks being broken down, like can't wash hair, that they're dirty, all these different things, they're being broke down, and all of the things that were previously like said about locks are being broken down, and they were synonymous with being dreadful. And it's not that anymore. So we call them locks because it's just your hair locking on itself.
That's literally what she said too. I was like, I like your dreads, and she was like, my hair isn't dreadful. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But nah, that's dope. So, Portia, what made you start, your locks?
Honestly, it was my mom. She called me and said she had an appointment to get, what is it called?
Consultation?
A consultation for locks. And I was like, huh? Locks? And she was
Project.
like, yeah. And then, so anyway, she started it, and then my husband had told me he wanted me to get locks. So, I don't know. Then I just went and...
But I heard, on social media that men can't dictate women how to choose to do their hair. That's what I heard. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, but you can motivate. You know what I'm saying? You kind of help me make that decision and be solid in that decision.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Definitely backstory. That's how we all connected, was through Portia's locks and through her mother's locks. We met at a lock salon here in Arlington, DFW, and our relationship grew right along with her hair. So it's our homie. We love her.
I like that. That was a
Shout
dope
out
little
to P.
metaphor. That was a dope little metaphor. Our relationship grew along with her hair. Yeah, so... again, working with family, I also work with my family. My cousin, Michael Reed, who is an integral part of me being an entrepreneur. We started a location in Dallas called Reed's Wholesale, 2474 Mayana Drive, Dallas, Texas, Suite 112. We sell pallets and individual items, but when he introduced the idea to me, I considered the fact that he is my cousin, and I hear, working with family can be difficult, but it's been great. I can't really complain about anything. I mean, it's my family. Who's going to have your best interest more than a family member or somebody that you trust? And I've learned a lot as well. So I think it's dope. I think it's dope what y'all doing, and including your mother. I think that's super dope. Y'all have any goals, short-term goals y'all trying to get to?
Yeah, definitely. You guys can look forward to in 2023 the launch of Cure House Naturals Academy, where we will be teaching locticians and certifying them in the Cure House Naturals way of doing and maintaining locks. We want to be able to shape shift the industry with bringing back the care into hair care. That's our biggest thing. So yeah, that's what you can look forward to short term not necessarily short term, but in the near future for Cure House Naturals.
That's dope. I got another question. Do y'all think weave has a negative impact on the black woman?
No, I think we're not limited in how we are able to express ourselves. I'm sorry if I was trying to interrupt you. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't, we're not limited in how we can express ourselves. I think we limit ourselves in going back and forth in the conversation of what's acceptable, what's not. I think you have to pick your lane and stand in it. If you want to start locks with weave, we get into that conversation all the time of what's the best way to start locks? Naturally, I'm a person who does things naturally, so I'm going to promote and push you growing your hair out naturally. But if you say, hey, for my lifestyle and how it suits me, adding hair or having assistance with my lock journey is something that better suits me, I'm not going to tear you down because of it. Or you have a lifestyle that, hey, I may want to wear weave or do other styles. Locks don't limit you in that way. And I feel like so many times we're getting too much into the policing of what our hair should be like or shouldn't be like. It's just an additional form of how we express ourselves. And I think that extends over to the black man as well. How y'all want to wear your hair and groom yourself, that's your choice. I think grooming or lack of grooming can be the conversation. Do you look together? Are you bathed? Are you having hygiene? Kept or unkept can be the conversation. But what I should do with my hair and how I should do with my hair, I think that's just a pointless convo to keep going back and forth about.
Yeah. Well, it's a conversation that we do need to have because some people just don't get it. But I will say this. I remember having a conversation with you, and you were speaking on how your clientele kind of shifted, it changed. Mm-hmm. What did you do or implement to kind of change the type of people that you were getting?
I definitely think how I marketed myself, number one, price points that I decided to choose, placing the value on the skill sets and time that I had placed in being able to perfect my craft. Actually doing the research to see what was industry standard and aligning myself with that. Aligning myself with the things that I see that are what I like to say top tier, excellent, and luxury. That's how I changed my clientele. I wasn't out here chasing every client. Every client is not my client. We don't have the best price, but we have great quality. So that's what our thing is. I want to promote quality and people that don't have a problem paying for quality.
Yeah, I'm big on quality. That was one of my biggest things when I chose my barber, because I remember going to the barber shop, and I'd be on time, I'd be early, and it was one particular time I was early. I was waiting on the barber to cut my hair, and he was like, "Hey, it's 2 ahead of you." And I was like, "Nigga, ain't no 2 people in here for it to be 2 ahead of me." Yeah. And he was like, "Nah, they outside. They'll be here." And I'm like, "What kind of shit is that, bro?" Like, I'm here on time. I'm paying my, what I'm supposed to pay. I believe I should be next in the chair. And then my uncle actually introduced me to a barber, and his name's Brandon Buffer, by the way. I shouldn't be plugging him because the nigga probably wouldn't plug me. But anyways, that's my guy though. But
Shout out to Brandon.
He actually started cutting my hair, and what made me love the fact that the quality was the fact that I can go in there, I have an hour to myself. I didn't have to wait on nobody. It was just good quality time. I book my appointment. I go in when I'm ready, and I just think that kind of was super dope. Because
Portia, you can speak on what our experience here is like at the Cure House Naturals. You've been with us since in the kitchen, literally. So a lot of people don't really know. Like, we started out at the house. So for people feeling like, oh, you can't get quality work because you're at home, this and this and that, we literally came out my mama kitchen all the way to what you see today. And so keep doing your thing. But Portia, you could talk about what our experience is like, because you've been here, you watched it, change to what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great from the beginning. Even at the house, it was always me by myself. I never had to wait. You know what I'm saying? Even when I come here, I never have to wait. I get washed right away. And everything. She takes really good care of my hair. Like, she makes sure that it looks good. She's not going to let me leave if it's not, up to par, So I appreciate it. She's been here from day one, literally. Like, she washed my hair and she's locked it from the gate. Yeah. So, I really trust them wholeheartedly. My hair, anybody's hair, my kids' hair. Like,
your mom, yeah, we do the whole family.
She did my mom's hair. She just did my sister's hair.
Yeah, we family.
Yeah, my daughter, my son also, they had locks for temporarily. They cut them. We tried to get the whole family locked up. Kash might get locked up too. I don't know. I can't get locks, guys. We'll talk about that one day.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think we should start. We're going to probably wait on the questions. We're going to wait on the questions. So do y'all want to get straight to the questions?
No, let's get straight to it. That's what we're here for. So Portia, tell us what we're about to do.
So this is a new thing that I'm implementing in my show. This is the KashBox, and depending on the guests, we're going to ask particular questions pertaining to the guests. It may be some serious questions, it may be some funny questions, but it's going to be some questions, and they have to answer them. So let's go.
Okay, since we've been talking about locks, I'll start here. What celebrity has the best locks?
What's her name? Callie, the rapper, dark skinned chick. She's young and coming up. I love her. I love her hair. She's a vibe to me because she's
Wale
wearing
got
her
some of the
natural
dopest locks.
hair.
Where?
Wale.
What makes them dope to you?
I just think, first of all, he was, I don't want to say one of the first, but he's one of the most popular rappers who did have locks.
For you.
I think he took care of them. I think his locks were dope. Like,
well, he had the buns and stuff.
yeah, he had some of the best. I call them designs. What y'all call them?
Design.
Styles.
Some people say design styles.
He had some of the best styles and
Yeah, a lot of people
designs.
say
Like I think he had some of the best locks. Who you say? Miah?
I can say whose locks are dry.
Let's talk about it.
Somebody who need to come get the cure.
Oh yeah, people who need the cure. Lil Durk. People who need the cure. Future.
It's because of they dyeing them, right? It's the dyeing.
needs the-
It's the
I never
dyeing.
really looked
How do y'all
at
feel about dyeing the locks? Like,
Dyeing the locks is just not my favorite thing to do. I think it looks fly, express yourself, but it just always comes with damage. And I think a lot of people see people like Lil Durk or Future and don't realize that they're spending money to be able to maintain and keep those locks on their head through lock repair, which is what we specialize here and here at the Cure House Naturals salon. But yeah, no, she says that just because people don't realize when they come in and their locks are bleached and feeling like bubble gum, you know, they're like, why is Future and them able to do that? Hey, they're using extensions. They're getting their hair repaired. It's a lot that goes into being able to maintain color at that level. So that's all it is for me. It's really bleach more so than anything. You know, when you're bleaching your hair up from black to light, you know, it's just not ideal.
What about Hallie?
I like yes.
I like their
the
hair.
Sisters, the little Beyonce
The Little
girls.
Mermaid, Hallie.
Yeah, put the respect on the name.
What's the difference? So Hallie's locks are better than Chloe's. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm hearing.
No,
No,
what
no
I'm
one
saying
said
is
that.
I think I gravitate more to hers.
I'll say
So hers are better.
To me, maybe.
I'll say I like their hair, but I do, as a loctician, wonder about the health of their locks, and that's what I honestly wonder with most people, because with all of the styling, all of the weed, I wonder the state of their locks. That's all I can say.
So because I noticed that like a lot of women who do have locks, they also put weave on top of their locks, so that's not good.
I just wonder the state. I'm not saying it's bad.
No, I say it's
just saying I wonder the state.
I understand. I understand.
I think Chloe cut hers literally like right here. Have you seen her? I think she cut it like right here.
Yeah, I just wonder the state of their hair, the health wise.
So it's like
everybody looks great, but I just wonder.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah, sure.
Do y'all have haters?
I don't pay attention to haters, so I wouldn't know.
No, I'm so tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You don't think you have anybody around you that's a hater? No.
I don't keep people around me that are haters. Like that,
That's
the biggest thing.
We work with family.
Yeah, that's the number one reason.
Yeah.
I know you have haters.
No, I actually don't have haters. I have too many supporters to even think I have haters. Like, everybody supports me. I'm sorry, like and subscribe, by the way. No, I don't think I have haters. I really don't. I'm sure some people out there that, dislike me, but for the most part, I got way too many people that show me love and shower me with love and support. So I don't even acknowledge them. They don't exist.
Okay. All right. So, would you rather have a relationship built on love or stability?
Yeah, I think that's for y'all.
It should be you too.
Well, it was definitely based on love, so
Okay.
to answer that question. Yeah, we just now getting to the stability part. Barely.
At this stage in my life, definitely stability. I think out of the stability, the love can grow.
For me, my love comes from respect. If I don't respect you, I'm not sure how well I can love you, and that keeps my options slim, but only people I respect.
Stable people.
Yeah, so it's like I'm going to love somebody
That's
that I
stable.
respect, and that respect going to be stable.
Yeah.
It's really like
Synonymous.
Yeah, it's
they
like
kinda go
I'm
together.
yeah, it's like respect. Like, it's not all feelings. Somebody I can respect at the end of the day.
That's why I
So
said
can keep
stability,
myself
because
in
it
check.
wasn't for the lovey-dovey
Right,
feelings.
like, the love can grow. Love can grow.
Love can always grow.
Yeah, respect is super important in a relationship.
It's more
It's
important.
most important.
Yeah, it's super. Definitely, I agree. We don't agree a lot, guys. Y'all learn that, one day, but I agree.
Yeah.
I think mainly for men, for sure.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah. All right, next question.
What are some deal breakers for you?
Okay, you talking about like in general or like with the business?
speak in general.
With relationships. I wanted to be more specific though.
Maybe we can do business.
Deal breakers with clients.
That's a good one.
Being late. Be on time.
Yeah, being late, not respecting our time.
Y'all
for
have a
sure.
grace period?
I'm gonna
It's
answer.
15.
Let me
We
answer
have a
that
very
first.
generous grace period.
Deal breakers with me, running Reed's Wholesale is people coming in looking for a deal when you're already getting a deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, we are literally a liquidation wholesale business. We are the deal. But people are coming there trying to shortchange you. And I'm like, bro. Now, granted, the business I'm in, I have return customers. Now, those customers, I don't mind looking out for because I'm going to see you. So I don't mind doing that. But if I've never met you, you never spent $1 with me, why are you looking for something extra? Doesn't make sense. That is my deal breaker.
What's your deal breaker?
You know, it's like disrespect for me.
Period.
You know,
Disrespect.
and
All
I may not
forms.
even say nothing about it, but I just may never talk to you again.
Well, Portia, you are a court reporter. So, what is your deal breaker as a court reporter?
Oh yeah.
Or court? You know, you do a lot of things, but you're
You know what my deal breaker as a court reporter is? The attorneys think that we work for them, and you know, and it. I don't know. It's weird. I can't really explain it without going into details, but the attorneys think we work for them, and they really work for us. Honestly, we're the most important person in the room because we get the record. You know, so that's. I'm not gonna explain it, but that's a deal breaker for me because I walk in the room and they want you to do a whole bunch of extra shit that I don't do. I'm already doing. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's a deal breaker. I may never work with that attorney again because I may tell them I don't want to, you know. But
I think for business, just me dealing in business in any format, a deal breaker is just over promising and under delivering, saying you're gonna do more than what you actually can do.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come on with these questions. You know,
okay, so we're gonna change the topic. We're gonna get a little lighter. Destiny's Child or TLC?
Destiny's Child for sure. You see me in my survivor fatigues.
Yeah, they're not even really good comparison.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know who wrote that question, but that's crazy.
Because they
But
didn't
nah,
even,
I'm pretty sure it's
because
some
Destiny's Child people, everybody can sing.
it's some TLC fans.
Not everybody.
We not gonna disrespect TLC though. Like we grew up on TLC. We not about to do that.
There's no disrespect,
So
but you in
y'all
Texas.
There's plenty of groups, but nobody can sing in the group.
And y'all wasn't creeping. They had the Silks. That was the
That
with the
was-
Silks.
I was too young to be crazy, sexy,
And
cool.
then
So
the
I was
waterfalls.
like,
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, that
That's
was
a quote I
cool,
live
but-
by. Don't go
But you
chasing
think about that.
waterfalls.
I can outwardly listen to Destiny Child. Like
Yeah.
when TLC was hot,
red light district.
I
and all
definitely
that.
was
Red light
listening
special.
to
and all
Crazy
that.
Sexy Cool. Definitely was listening.
Definitely.
But in my closet.
Thank you. That wasn't like
In my closet.
I got a hot take though. Since we on this topic, Beyonce hasn't made great music since Destiny's Child.
Is it hot?
Yeah. So you agree?
I said, is the take hot?
It is. I don't think she's made great. I think she's made good music, but I think her best music came from Destiny's Child.
No.
You can't. I ain't really got in the car and felt like I wanted to play Beyonce.
I just don't think you can
when's
really
the last
speak
time
on
you
that.
heard it?
Like you're not unless you grew up really hardcore listening to Beyonce. Is that
I
the
was a
case?
hardcore Destiny's Child fan.
Okay, and so did you continue on after
Yeah,
she
of course.
left?
I love Beyonce. I think she's the second greatest entertainer of all time.
Okay,
First,
Michael Jackson.
interesting. What's the next question?
she's surpassed him at this point.
That is okay. Next question, please.
What's the next question?
Next question, please.
Y'all don't want me to get on that
See,
topic.
that's crazy. Y'all won't see her anymore, guys. So
I think we can say that she surpassed him because that's what happens. Like LeBron
that
surpassed Michael Jordan.
Hey, I am a LeBron guy.
And I'm saying that's what
he
happens
did not
as time
surpass
goes on.
Michael Jordan. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying as time goes on, somebody's going to be greater than the
You're
great.
right, but it's not her. It ain't happened yet. I don't think it's going to happen. Some people don't get surpassed either. Let's be
Okay,
clear.
so
what qualifies, though?
Yeah.
What
And then,
qualifies
I think it's
the surpassing?
it's a lot of things.
I haven't made it.
Impact,
Pick the side.
music, the quality of the music,
But who determines the quality?
the fans.
So if you ask fans
longevity.
you believe that who's better or at the whatever level
I don't
than
wanna
Michael
use
Jackson and
better
Beyonce,
because-
or whatever term you see fit, you think that they wouldn't put Beyonce up there?
See, let me be clear. I said entertainer. I said she's the second greatest entertainer of all time. So let's stay within the entertainment aspect.
What's the next
I
question?
think he is the greatest entertainer.
Okay.
I mean, we are okay. Y'all just been biased. I know y'all on your girl power stuff, but come on now.
I'm picking no side.
she hasn't said
Yes,
anything, so
yeah,
she
but
may
same
be.
thing.
I'm just saying this man will pull up to the stadiums, by the way, stadiums, and people would just start dying, like passing out, like having seizures, all that. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
we don't do that anymore because we spend our
Because
money.
there's nothing to do it for. Nobody is giving you a show.
This is also the same person who's never seen Beyonce live.
I've had multiple opportunities, and she hasn't done
Michael
something.
Jackson?
You
I
haven't
didn't,
seen either.
but if I could, I would have. I've seen him on TV.
What was the next question then?
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're on music still, Jasmine Sullivan's Let It Burn or Beyonce's Love on Top?
Another Beyonce question.
The timing.
That's a good one though. I love both songs.
Yes, but
But I feel like they're both different songs.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
not
they're
the
completely
same.
different.
Yeah, they're
And
two different lanes of
Unpo-
love.
unpopular opinion, Love on Top then got a little novelty. A little novelty.
I like both
It's giving me
songs.
Cole's shopping in the women's section.
It do.
Yeah. But I'm just not. What was the Jasmine Sullivan song?
Let It Burn.
It's a little more angst there.
Yeah, you feel that fire, let it burn. Yeah, it's cool.
That one's a little more soulful.
Yeah, it's
I
like
That's my issue with Beyonce.
pushing.
She hasn't really given me no soulful music.
Beyonce
and I don't
has
wanna,
songs for occasion.
I don't want to
Right,
come
that
out as a
wasn't her
Beyonce
thing,
hater.
though.
Let me be clear. I love Beyonce, guys. I love her. You know, but that's the issue. The soulful music. Destiny Child, she was soulful.
They had a few more soulful songs, but
That wasn't the lane I think they were going for.
It was a little more soulful.
the thing
though.
is, if she can do that though. You know
She
what
can
I'm
do
saying? Like,
anything.
she can do it. So it's
Second
like, what are we
greatest
talking
entertainment.
about?
I mean,
So what are we talking
she's
about
number
next
2. Of course, she can do that.
Okay, so next question.
Okay, what's up?
What would you leave in 2022?
That's a good question.
What can I do for the next few months and then not do it again? I don't know.
What would I
Even
leave in
that.
2022? I don't know. That's really hard to say.
Yes, especially with so much love.
Yeah. What would I
Yeah,
leave
that's a
in
tough
20?
one. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but I want to think about it.
We can leave Krishan and Blueface in 2022.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like Krishan and Blueface. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
like,
just.
if y'all are going to keep doing that, give a show or shut up.
Yeah, get the show on Zeus.
See, that's my issue. Like, I actually like Krishan and Blueface for the simple fact I've been busy. I ain't had time to watch like reality TV. So that is my reality TV right now. So as soon as I see them on my timeline, like I'm like, oh, okay, the new episode dropped. You know, Krishan and Blueface.
They too psycho for me. I'm just nervous something's gonna happen, and you know we've been watching it. Like it's crazy.
And we all gonna be fake sad for like
Yeah,
a
that's
day.
what I'm saying.
for a day.
They're gonna be so dramatic about it, but we see it happening right now.
I would leave contactless checkout at Walmart and Kroger in 2022. I really would just prefer somebody to be able to check out my groceries like normal and have people actually at the counters.
So
I
you
miss
trying to go
human
back to like the?
interaction
menus
and
back.
contact. Yeah.
Bring menus back.
I like it. I ain't gonna lie, cause I be stealing
I
a
miss
little bit. So.
I miss pre-COVID.
I be doing a little stealing. I'm sorry.
So
I don't miss it. I'm cool. Don't listen to her.
No,
We not doing
don't like it.
contactless.
I'm
I
over
be doing a little
contactless.
extra, you know. So yeah.
I'm over contactless. DoorDash just can't get it right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
nah, I don't. That's something I don't do anymore. I stopped. Like I literally don't DoorDash or Uber Eats anything at all. Like if I gotta go get it, I
Yeah.
have to go get it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
to go's fine, but I would leave DoorDash in 2022
DoorDash and
unless
groceries is
ultimate
different.
ultimate emergency case.
And it's expensive. I don't like that about it. Everything's like an extra $1 if you look at the menu.
I don't know. You just got randos touching your food.
That's the other thing. And they're eating fries.
Yeah, for sure. What's the next
Give us
question?
2 more questions and we go ahead and.
So this one's for them.
Okay.
Dating as an entrepreneur. How is that?
What is that?
What's the day?
Yeah, what's that? What's dating?
I'm too busy.
Too busy.
So do y'all have a lot of clients that,
I know they be shooting their shots.
yeah, like how does that go?
I think you give off energy. Let me say it like this. I think, we're nice, beautiful women in a very curated space that is nice and relaxing. So I first say that I don't take advantage of that space by trying to make it romantically intimate because it's already intimate by design with doing hair. So we kind of tried our best to set a tone that's professional enough that it doesn't invite that. So people do sometimes slip through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? You get the twinkle in your eye when you're getting that scalp massage and the steam's going and you're hearing the jazz playing
And you
all of the
whispering,
things.
got on your sultry
And so-
voice.
and all of the things.
Want
But
an extra little massage. I'm sure this dude came in here, he gave him a little different massage. And,
I'm the shampoo.
yeah,
Okay, so.
she's the shampoo tech. So I don't wash hair often. But I was very known in our salon for my scalp massages and how I wash hair. But it's just because I'm intentional in taking time and trying to push pressure points and take you to ultimate relaxation. That's the whole point. It's for you to come in here and relax and let us take care of you. So I am trying to do that. And that's what we put into it. But I think because we coming from a pure state, we're not putting romantic vibes or intention behind what we doing. So I think that we kind of we don't have that happen as much as it probably does happen to many other women, because we're so intentional about that, especially coming from the house and dealing with men, because you have some stylists who don't take men for that reason. But we love men. We want y'all to come. We want to take care of y'all. We want to take care of our brothers. So
and want you to have that experience.
And have that experience, and it not be tainted with somebody sexualizing it. I think often, so many times, loving on a person is seen as sexual, and it don't have to be that. And I think that doing hair has always been a place of intimacy and connecting with one another. I especially saw that during COVID, because we still continued servicing people. And I think that just them being able to get their hair washed and experience that was bringing them so much comfort in a time where they were by themselves and alone, that I really try to keep that space very pure. So I don't have the romantic gestures happen often. I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, but it's just not the tone that we've set.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask, because you were speaking on like the intimate vibe, would that be considered mixing business with pleasure if you come across a guy that you get kind of interested in, or he's interested in you? And y'all
not necessarily. I work in the
something?
public eye. I'm a single woman with no children. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I definitely want to get married. So it's not one of them things that it's like, if I met somebody in the course of me doing business, that is an absolute no. But I don't get my money where I get my honey necessarily. So it's not something that I'm setting up the play for, but I'm not going to like limit it. Like, you know, like that's how I can say that.
We got time to fill you out a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
You're here every 30 days.
A lot of people just weed their stuff out.
Yeah, naturally. It's always, process of elimination, natural selection.
Okay, since we are, I consider myself an entrepreneur. Since we're entrepreneurs, how do y'all feel about blindly supporting other black businesses? Because that's something that I have an issue with. Like, if I see somebody black doing something, whether the shit trash or not, I'm gonna support them. Like, that's something I've always done. Like, for example, and I'll let you answer, like the Telfar bags right now is popping, but I've been seeing a lot of negative feedback lately. And I had a conversation with a couple of people on social media, and I was like, I just wouldn't openly, publicly disrespect them, because for one, they're a black brand, for one, they're successful, and they're doing their thing. So why do black people go out their way to kind of disrespect or downplay when someone black is doing something positive? I feel like we should just be quiet if we don't like it.
I don't think it's necessary that we need to be quiet. I think we need to be choice in how we deliver that information. Go ahead.
Feedback is necessary.
Period.
You don't want your brother to keep stumbling and you don't move the chair out the way.
No, that's different though. If for example, Cure House Naturals is booming, y'all doing your thing. If somebody who's never came to Cure House Naturals is saying, "Oh, they ain't really doing nothing. That shit trash." How? If you don't own a Telfar bag, why are you even mad about people that are buying Telfar bags? Clearly, they're doing their job.
Framed that way is not. That's not speaking life at all. So it doesn't. That's noise. Things like maybe the style could be different or things like that, because we've had people give us constructive criticism
all the time,
and it's welcome. It's welcome. Because feedback is necessary. We want to know how it's being received by someone else. You don't want to especially in a service-based business, you definitely don't want to be putting off vibes and you think you're giving one thing and then you're really giving another, and then you're not getting what you want back.
Yeah, self-awareness is the biggest thing.
Self-awareness, and definitely we need to give our brothers feedback. Brothers, sisters,
I don't know if it's that we need to bash business. I can say we're in an interesting time that people are so quick to be like, oh, black business, and they're not necessarily putting out quality. And I don't think me as a consumer have to accept low quality, whether it's from a black person or not. But I am going to go out of my way to support every other race, every other, group of people. They go out of their way to support one another. Even if it wasn't that great, I'm going to support you and support you with feedback. My support doesn't come without feedback if there is room for improvement. So I think that I agree with you that bashing you online is not the best way that I can provide that feedback. I think we can be better in that and hold each other more accountable in how we give the feedback. But it's necessary. I mean, it's not necessarily a new thing amongst black people as being entrepreneurs and doing things, but I think I can't stop saying feedback enough. Like, we just need to be able to accept that.
Entrepreneurs isn't new at all.
That's not a new thing.
And proximity the proximity of the person giving the feedback definitely matters.
Yeah, people don't build enough relationship equity before they want to go out here and speak on things. I feel like Portia can give me feedback that another person in here can't because she has close proximity with me. She's built the equity. She's put the time in. So she can withdraw in that relationship and say, hey, friend, I think that X, Y, and Z. You know, when she decided that she wanted me to be her loctician, she went through a very strategic, intentional process and let me know, hey, I would like you to continue moving forward doing my hair. So that came from feedback.
Oh yeah,
I agree. So y'all don't blindly support black businesses.
I don't blindly support anything.
Any business. Yeah.
I don't blindly support anything. I'm gonna ask.
I'm
and
gonna review,
research, review. I'm gonna see. Now some people might just get lucky, and I'm in a like, okay, let me just try it out. What the heck type of mood, and then I'm gonna see what happens. But I don't blindly do much of anything.
Yeah, not to try not to.
Not true. Yeah, like that's not.
So I got a couple flaws I need to work on. It's just something I do, but I'm not the only one. Like my father-in-law, he's the same way. Like he always.
I mean, but I think we saying the same. We saying the same thing.
No, we are. I'm just saying. I probably should work on that because I just feel like black people have been disenfranchised for quite some time. So when I do see a black person trying to do something, I feel like I feel like I'm obligated to somewhat support them if I can.
I mean, that's fine, but you know, you're not teaching a man how to fish. It's like if you see him and you're like, yo, bro, this is a really good sandwich, but you ain't wash your hands, and that made me kind of nervous.
But when I say blindly support, I'm speaking on the initial. As soon as I meet them, not after the fact. Of course, the feedback is necessary. But for example, if I see a guy out selling T-shirts, you know, and I see him out there selling shirts, I buy a shirt. Now, once I buy the shirt, I look at the quality. I'm like, okay, this is some bullshit. Then the feedback is cool. I'm not walking up to him saying, bro, these are trash.
That's
like,
why I said
you gotta
support,
move around.
But see but my support came with feedback. I'm like, I see you out here doing your thing. I'm gonna support you off the strength of this. We do it all the time because we get people in here that, oh man, we've been following y'all, or we see how y'all doing y'all thing and how y'all grown. I'm trying to get my thing off the ground, and my first level of I'm gonna come with feedback.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, what is the thing? Let me see it. Wow, I'm so excited.
Here's what I think about it. I'm not. What's the point of the conversation? Like, what's the point of you telling me about it? You don't need a hand clap. Yay! Like, that's not helpful to you. Like, it's more helpful to you for me to say, this is a really good idea, but I noticed this, and when I hear this, it makes me think of this. I don't know if that's what you was going for. If that's what you was going for, you hitting that on the head.
Oh yeah.
So I'm choice with it, and I always ask. Like, people should ask.
That's something that we definitely champion in our business. Feedback. Like I tell my customers all the time, we appreciate feedback, negative or positive, all the time. Like if you buy something and you didn't like it or it wasn't what you thought, please let us know. You know, some people would be apprehensive to give us feedback because they probably had a bad experience, but we appreciate all feedback, good or bad.
So, you know, we're here to talk about working with family. What things have you come across with working with your family?
Being diligent. What you trying to say?
That you would like to highlight.
Yeah.
Well, definitely every day is working with family. Working for yourself every day. You're working. It's nonstop. Like my phone is this is like a nonstop thing, and my wife could speak on this. My phone goes off. People are disrespectful too. My phone number is everywhere because this is our business phone, basically. You know, and I remember when we first started, my partner, Michael, I was like, I got to get a separate phone. And he was like, no, you don't. He was like, me being a customer, if I'm calling a Google account or a separate phone, I don't even want to do business with you. I didn't understand that until the business started flowing. And people are calling me. They feel like they have a direct line to me. So if it's just a better relationship, you know?
Yeah, I'm not anti having two phones, but I do understand the Google number thing because I definitely am getting ready to transition to having a number that's strictly for business, so that way I can know how and when I want to answer that. So I'm able to compartmentalize that space and say from Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 7, if this phone rings, I know it's business. And if this phone rings at any other time, I know more than likely it's personal because it just is overwhelming. And I've gotten to a point where I'm not answering every call because it's just I'm working, I'm doing different things, and business and other stuff get lost.
And
work-life balance.
Work-life balance
is just so necessary, and it's a thing that entrepreneurs take for granted in the beginning, but it's something that can't be taken for granted because it keeps your cup.
Keep you going, yeah.
And I'm the complete opposite. Like, I'm going to answer the phone all day.
I'm not teaching bad habits. I mean, I don't want my customers calling me at 10 and 11 o'clock at night. I'm not married now, but I definitely want to practice that when it's family time or time for my man or whatever I'm doing or just Sakia time. I'm not answering the phone, and I have to teach and train my customers accordingly. Like from 10 to 7, that's when I'm available for business. It's not any time outside of that.
And we give so much in here since we have the such an intimate space with our customers. We give so much. It's not draining because we have the Holy Spirit, but it could be draining without it. Therefore, it's something that you cannot forsake the work-life balance. Because
I have to Sabbath. I have to rest.
We want that to be. Y'all want us to be performing at a high level, so we have to do what it takes for that.
And consistent.
Oh yeah, y'all want it all the time.
What was your apprehension with wanting to go into business with your cousin? You mentioned that you were like, I don't know, because all the things that you heard before when I was speaking on the stereotype that you can't work with black family. So what was your apprehensions with working with
one of
Mike?
the apprehensions was I was working a 9 to 5. That's number one. You know, I have to support my family. So, of course, that safety net was having a job. So that was definitely scary for me, jumping out there, getting ready to basically run a business, because that's what I basically do. You know, I pretty much run everything, you know, outside of buying the truckloads and all that, which I do that sometimes as well. But
can you tell us a little more about the mindset switch that was required to go from a 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship?
One of the mindsets that switched was, shit, I gotta put food on the table. Like, so this shit gotta work. So it was like, it ain't no failure. So I just went super hard. I spent every day up there, sun up to sundown. Like, I was learning everything. When I quit my job, I actually went to Kansas City, because we have another location in Kansas City, Kansas. And I spent like 2 or 3 weeks?
It was 11 days.
Wow. So anyways, it was 11 days. I spent 11 days just up there learning the whole logistics, like the operation, like what to do, you know, as far as working at the actual warehouse. I just seen how he moved as a businessman, and I just basically picked up on all that. But I will also credit my family. I have a very business savvy family. My family has always been entrepreneurs. My uncle Mikhail, my uncle Muhammad, my uncle Kareem. So we've always been entrepreneurs. It was always in me. I just didn't know how to actually pull it out. Yeah. You know, so actually I feel like I'm walking in my purpose. So it wasn't that hard. I feel like it's something I should have been doing anyways.
I love how you mentioned purpose. That's a big thing for me, why it's not tiring, why I don't feel the burnout, why the balance is so necessary, because I definitely feel like it's purpose. It's so much connected to me being obedient to what I feel God has called me to do. And I think that everything in my life has prepared me for exactly what I'm walking into. I wanted to ask Portia, being somebody that's supporting Kash and being an entrepreneur and transitioning y'all's family into a different state, how do you support that? How did your mindset have to shift coming from him having a 9 to 5 to what he's doing now?
You know that reel that it says I went from working 9 to 5 to having my own business, working 24 hours, 24/7. Like, that's how I feel like about him working. Like, he doesn't have like a set schedule. So, you know, for me, I have to keep the schedule set for the kids, you know, for the family, for the house. So, I mean, it's a transition, but I actually enjoy it. I think it works out in our family, in our household. I think it works out for the best for us, because of what I do with contract work. I don't have a set schedule, and he kind of has a set schedule, and we don't have cash and daycare. So it works out, but it was a transition, of course. I was nervous when he quit his job.
What was the biggest apprehension you think you had?
Because, you know, working with family, it could turn, you know, I feel sometimes. That was my big thing. I just didn't want it to be an issue, you know, because things can start and, you know, spiral out of control. You just never know. You just don't be prepared for things, you know. And that was my big thing, just making sure everybody understood what we were about to do when you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's working out, and
Miah, you could talk about it too. What made you feel comfortable to transition out of corporate and, you know, go 100% with Cure House Naturals with me?
I feel like it wasn't that hard. Like I spoke on the Holy Spirit earlier and purpose. Like, I've known that doing hair was gonna come into your purpose for life. I've always known that. So when you finally realized, I was like, okay, then let's go. Like I told you,
She literally gave me a time frame. Yeah, you can tell her. You could talk a little bit about that.
I came to her like when we was doing hair in the house, and I was working from home, and I first started being her shampoo tech I had done it before, you know, cosmetology school, and I had done it before when worked at the Lock Salon. So I was doing that for her and basically doing her facilities work. And I came to her like, you know, I could give you like 1 to 3 years of my dedicated time dedicated to the business and see where it goes. Because let's stop doggy paddling. It's time to stroke. Yeah. So that's what it is, and you see where we are. It's only been 1.5 into the 3, and hey, 20,000 followers later, hundreds of clients later. I can't say
23,000, right?
Yeah, but at the time we only had like 2, you know.
Yeah. And one thing I love about y'all business is y'all are growing organically. Like I see a lot of people, I look up on their page and they got 1,000 followers, and then next week they got like 50,000. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, who you fooling? Like y'all page grew gradually. It was natural. Like it was beautiful to watch. You know, choosing this entrepreneur life for me. Of course, I had my doubts. That's normal, but I think the partner, my cousin, he's a brilliant individual for one. That's number one. And I just think the good outweighed the bad for one. You know, like we had a good conversation and he was like, worst case scenario, this shit don't work. We've been here before. Like we've been at 0 before. So it's not like we've never been at 0. So no need to panic, you know, but of course 0 is not an option, but you gotta be real with yourself. Like if it don't work, let's act like we never had a situation where shit didn't go right.
Yeah. I think so many people have to realize people are going to people. You're going to deal with all type of things that comes with being in relationship or connection to others. So I'd rather go through the storm with the person who I grew up in the same house with, who knows me for real, and vice versa. I know their propensities. I always say if I keep everything beneficial to everybody, I can trust people to do what benefits them. So that's a big thing in our business, is that I want to make sure that what we're doing is beneficial to my sister, because she's going to always do what benefits her, and I'm going to do what benefits me. And that means that we both win, because
it's mutually beneficial. And it's always going to be people that you meet in your life that are going to be connected to your purpose, and you can't be scared to partner with people. Stuff is going to happen, but if it's meant to be, it's going to be.
Yeah, biggest thing I learned in my church was this always collaboration over competition. I'm always looking for opportunities to collaborate. Like the shirt I have on is made by Portia's mom, who has her business, T-Ray Creations.
I want you to finish, but
no.
that is dope. Collaboration over that's something that I live by, without not necessarily that quote, but just that idea, that ideology. If we all, some of y'all niggas I don't fuck with a lot of y'all. I'm just saying the good people who have things going, if we collaborated, I think we would be unstoppable. I'll give you an example. When we started the business in Dallas, that's why I say Mike is brilliant, because he pretty much laid out the platform. He was like, we gonna start doing this, and he was like, in a couple of weeks, people are going to start calling us that are in the same business as us. They're going to want to start collaborating. They're going to want to start partnering up. And literally, like a month in, we got a couple calls from a couple guys in the same industry, and they were like, hey, where y'all located? I see y'all. You know, like, I want to partner up. Now, I know this is completely opposite of my point, but had we took that, who knows? It could have worked. It couldn't have worked. But just speaking on like our people or our friends that we know that are kind of doing something similar, I feel like partnering up in certain aspects or just collaborating in certain aspects could be so much more beneficial.
Yeah, what I was saying before is that we live that in our business. Like, our products are manufactured by one of our clients that we've met and worked with and grown with. She's locally based here, Black woman owned. The shirt that I have on our merch is made by Portia's mom. Everything that we do is we're intentional about trying to go after Black people that are doing those things, or friends or connections. Every part of my team that I've connected with my business has truly been a godsend, and they've been through us walking in our purpose through doing hair. They literally have come and sat in my chair. Most of my resources have come and sat in my chair and did a service for me. And because they love what I do and how I did it and the level that we did it at, they love that we're intentional and they want to do business and they're willing to work. And so we kind of set that tone with just being excellent in what we do. And so that brings that
Yeah,
around.
my videographer is, you know, somebody I pretty much grew up with, known half my life. Red Door Cinema, you know, shout out to him. One of my good friends who provides a lot of the stuff you guys see from the Mind of a Man podcast. One of my good friends, Mo. Y'all should definitely subscribe and check him out. Like, I try to keep everybody in my circle, you know, people who I know are productive. I try to keep them around. I try to highlight everybody that I know, like the people that I know that are doing dope things. Me personally, I try to look out. I don't want to say look out like I'm doing a favor, but I try to highlight them, you know, because I feel like sometimes we just need it, like, and I think it's dope. But before we shift and kind of close out, because this was a deep topic, I want to talk to the person out there that wants to kind of be an entrepreneur or start doing something, and they kind of have doubts. I mean, look at us. We did it. It's not hard. I mean, it's not effortless, but it's not hard. I mean, you can do it. I mean, the reason why I'm able to even launch this podcast is because I chose to work for myself. Working a 9 to 5. My wife bought me a mic a year ago and a laptop, literally a year ago, on our anniversary to start my podcast. But I was working at 9 to 5. I couldn't really do it. You know, I get out work, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to watch my basketball game, my football game, and I'm going to sleep. I ain't got time to be creative. But working for myself gives me the liberty to be free and, you know, do certain things that I want to do and be more creative. So if you are interested or you have any dreams, goals, aspirations to kind of work for yourself, you should definitely do it. Take those steps, you know. Now I want to wrap up the episode a little lighthearted. So to end the episode, we go do, well, first of all, do y'all have anything y'all want to touch on?
Right. I was wondering.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mike.
The mentality that you're going to do it all by yourself is so cap. I'm not saying that you're supposed to be the type that is just asking for all of this advice and all of this advice, and you're not gonna actually take it and work trial and error. Try it.
Nah, we good. Let's roll. This is real.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's Mozzie, guys. And Mozzie is not named after the rapper. I don't know why, but hey, his name is Mozzie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's don't be afraid to ask for help. Support is necessary. It's hard. It's like you said. It's not effortless, but it can be done. But support, I can definitely say for our business, support exponentially changed the trajectory of the business and where it was going to go. And we got there way faster. As I told you, like she said, we've been doing this for about 5 years. And
Come here.
we was doing this for about 5 years, and in the last one and a half years, it's been exponential change. We literally moved from the house. We got another space that was in the same location where we were, and we stayed there for 6 months. Now we're here, and everyone's still already telling us, get a new space. You need bigger. You need more. You need bigger. You need more. The clients are busting the door down. Like, we just can't have enough. Like,
that's the quality. That's the quality.
We thank God first and
word of
foremost. We thank God first and foremost, like, for sure. Kind of piggybacking on what my sister was saying, I think everybody knows, you see me dressed in this military style because that's just how I am. I'm very much so a pusher. It's no weak links in our chain. Everybody that's on the team is efficient. I'm very big on having a team that is multifaceted. I want the smallest amount of people around me with the biggest amount of impact and skill set. So meaning, like, my sister has 3 or 4 talents. She runs our social media. She's also my shampoo tech. She's also my assistant, my mother. She does our facilities work, but she's also my admin. Me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all multifaceted people. So I keep my team very close, very tight knit, and multifaceted. So I think that's the biggest thing, is that I'm focused on my team, empowering them, making sure that I can be the best leader possible, because if I can lead them better and help them blossom in their potential, that makes me better, that makes us better. God is at the center of everything we do. I don't take ownership. It's ours. You see a lot of we. You see us speaking a lot of French. I say it's we. It's us.
Guys, I don't want to cut you off, but I just got to say this. You walk around this place, you see her face, you see her face. I went to take a piss in the restroom. They have a picture of them and their kids in the restroom. Like, they literally highlight themselves all day. Like, I think it's dope though, man. That's why I wanted to definitely bring them on this show, because I think they're dope people. But you can finish.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying, like, your team is the biggest thing, and so I think that people got to realize that it's not. I think we get so caught up listening to just different things and the message that's kind of out there, the sound bites, that it's all you self-made by yourself. I cannot do anything that I'm doing without God and then my support system, my family. And so that's the biggest thing. Be open to that and know that when you get to the top, you're going to want the people around you that look like you, that came with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that is going to matter.
Your loved ones, the people that
you
care about you
like
most.
that's who you're going to want. So it's like those things that y'all arguing about. My mom always used to say when we would be fighting, like, if they was on the table right now with what y'all arguing about matter. Like, and most of the time it's no. So I think we got to remember that trials come with it. So yeah, just your team.
When we first started Ready Sosa in Dallas, my cousin was helping me on the forklift. My cousin Tony and Etwan, they was coming in there working for free, like, just helping me. That's why I say I don't have haters. I have nothing but supporters. Like, they had jobs. They literally had jobs, but it was they rode around and kind of did like filters, I think, for homes who flooded and stuff. So if they were in my area, they would come to the warehouse and work with me, like, on the clock, just to help me. Hope I don't get y'all fired, but that's just the truth.
Oh, I got fired.
You know?
I was putting
but
you
that's
on
the
hold.
reality. Like,
No, my sister definitely. I mean, she was working at, said companies and putting people on hold in between calls, washing folks' hair. I mean, whatever it took. My mom, I never had birthdays probably for the last couple of years, because every birthday I'm asking for salon equipment. Like, my family got tired of me with that. But yeah, it's just like, they all supported me. It's nothing that I would be able to do if it wasn't for that. So that's why I think we're just so intentional with showing that.
That's dope.
Working with family is.
I'm glad y'all mentioned that, because niggas be out here capping like they did everything on their own. Nah, I didn't do nothing on my own. Like, whether it was my wife, whether it was my kids, whether it was my family coming up, don't even know the pallet business, and they just acting like they know what's going on, buying something, they don't know what the hell to do with it, or my family helping me physically. Like, I had little cousins. I had a cousin, one of his friends was coming working with me for a couple months. Like, man, the support is definitely necessary.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is want to create opportunity.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up, guys. I want to end it on a lighter note. So towards the end of my episode, this segment is called Over and Under. Okay. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of people or a couple of topics. They're either overrated or underrated or just right. Okay. You have to pick one.
And just right is the option?
Just right. Like, it's not overrated or underrated. To you, it's just perfect.
It's accurate.
So being an entrepreneur.
Overrated.
Overrated. It's overrated.
Yeah.
Because people think it's easy. They think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna start a business.
Yeah.
And they ain't got the heart behind it. So it's overrated. It's over. I'm not saying that a successful business, you being an entrepreneur in a
the
successful
hype
business,
around
right?
It, yeah,
yeah, I'm not saying that that's overrated. Okay. Success is not overrated, but the idea that I'm just going to quit my job and be out here,
that idolization of entrepreneurship is definitely overrated, because everybody is not an entrepreneur. We need workers. My sister is a person that leads from behind. Like, she knows that she's a supporting character, period, and she's happy and stands firm and is excellent in that role. She's not trying to step into my role, and so that's why we're able to function at a high level, because everybody's functioning in their best position where they're the most efficient and doing it at a high level. And so when we come together, it's synergy.
Yeah. I shine all the time. I don't have to ask.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't have to do all that, but everybody's so focused on wanting their name to be in lights, and they're the one, to be the one.
Niggas do not know how to play their role.
Yeah, like, people don't know how to play their role.
Is important.
That's what's underrated.
Like, that's what's underrated. Playing your role is underrated.
Playing your role can definitely be huge. Like, I just think about it, I can relate it to sports. Like, it's some great role players that will always be able to get contracts because they know their roles. Yeah. Like, some niggas don't know their roles. But second question, overrated, underrated, or just right? Being a black woman.
Oh, it's top tier.
Oh, I think
I don't know. That's hard to say.
I think the mystique of a black woman is just where it is.
It's just where
y'all love to hate us.
Yeah.
Hate us.
Yeah.
hard.
Can't get that
but
certain thing.
Make it look easy. It's all of that.
They got to do a lot.
Right.
It's just right. It's just right.
Often imitated.
So you say just right?
Definitely just right. They're confused.
Say underrated.
They're confused. Leave them right where they are.
Yes.
I think it's underrated. I think black women are dope.
Yeah.
You know, I think the black woman is the most important human being. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I just don't think I spend my time trying to make other people see that. I just stand in
Nah,
that.
I ain't.
Yeah, I just feel like you just got to stand in that. I think we spend so much time trying to beat our chest.
Nah, I am not into trying to convert nobody.
Yeah, I'd be like, I know that about myself. Let me stand in that.
The
Yeah, I'm going to leave you wondering. I think that's fun for me.
One thing y'all gonna learn is I do not convert non-believers. Believe whatever you want to believe. The last one, this is gonna be a little more lighthearted. What's more true? Missy Elliott being underrated or Nicki Minaj being overrated?
Missy Elliott being underrated.
Yeah, Missy. I don't know. The virus is real.
Do y'all really think Missy Elliott is really that underrated?
No, I think
Thank
she gets
you.
her flowers.
I
Thank
think she
you.
should be-
I think people make it very popular to call people underrated, and they're not underrated. The moment
Nah.
you say they're underrated, that's
I
when
really
they
don't
stop
think-
being underrated.
I really don't think
Like,
Missy.
do y'all get on Twitter? Like,
I
the
really don't think-
moment you say that
Yeah.
someone's underrated, that's when they become not underrated no more. So it's like they're not
But no, Missy gets her flowers
all the time. Like when I say all the time,
all the time.
I don't
all
know
the
where-
time.
I don't think
So
she
then
get
I'm
her
gonna have to
flowers
go with
like
Nicki's
that.
overrated.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that.
I think Missy Elliott is probably the most important female rapper.
What makes you say that she's underrated? Is it
Well, I
money?
didn't say she was underrated. I just think
Well, then who's saying that?
no, it's just a question. You know, it's just a question.
So wait, what's your answer?
Well, I think Nicki Minaj is super overrated. That's my answer. I think she is extremely overrated.
Yeah,
Like, oh my
I've been thinking
god.
about it. Like, what song was it? Super Bass that got her. Like what?
Roman's
what song
Revenge?
Was
She
it?
came in at a perfect
Was it
time.
Roman's
She
Revenge?
was,
No, it was her.
Moments
her-
for Life or something
her-
like that? Oh,
was
itsy
her
bitsy,
itty bitty
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like, I think
Mixed
people, I
it?
think people
she
don't
came in
get
at a perfect time. She could rap. She was attractive.
Yeah.
She got the little BBL, you know. So and then she was with Young Money.
I
Like,
think
that's just
people
the truth.
discount the thirst that people had for female rappers at the time, and I think
Yes.
people
And you
discount
didn't have anybody.
that, and I just think people discount how hard that girl worked at the beginning of her career.
Oh, she
I
can
can't.
rap
I
her ass
and that those fans are loyal. Those are
Those are fans.
Them are
Cult-like
grassroots
following.
fans. Call like that's what happens. It's the same reason why we still
Those
talking
are
about Destiny
negative
Child.
people.
Yeah.
She garnered them fans and secured them before she even went solo.
Yeah, before
and it's the
that
same
Beehive.
with Nicki. Like she don't have to garner new fans. Her new music don't even have to be that great because her fan base is secured.
I don't think I was outside around that time.
With Nicki
Right.
or
Yeah, Nikki. I don't think I was outside when she just started.
I definitely wasn't outside. I was on
So,
I was on the
think I was-
computer with everybody else.
Yeah,
all
I
the
don't
rest
think
of her
that I
fans.
was like,
On the internet.
On MySpace.
yeah. So yeah, Nikki's overrated, definitely.
I think her new music that she keeps coming out with is overrated. I don't. That's just what it is with Nicki. Like she worked so hard in the beginning of her career that it was kind of cemented for the people who really mess with her.
Yeah.
And when people talking about Nicki going hard, they're talking about her old stuff. And that's just what it is. Because I'm not like that's just what it is.
I feel like she just gets caught up in all of the things about music that don't matter.
definitely.
Yeah, and she get all the girls arguing.
Yeah.
And I don't
It's
know
the
how
vice.
that
She's mean. Like she's
get all,
so
she wake up in the
mean.
morning and she got them all arguing for nothing.
She's that mean ass auntie. She's an auntie now, by the way. Like
Oh wow.
so, Coco, give us some gems before we wrap this up. Then Maya follow behind if you don't mind.
Give y'all some gems.
Or just plug in Cure House Naturals. You know, let us know where it's located.
Can we have something that just say something?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike. You can jump it off because it's coming up at you.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
want to say it
Go
so
ahead.
bad.
Say what you want to say.
I'm tired of y'all saying y'all don't believe in God. I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of
Tell
it.
him, Mike.
I'm over it. I'm over
Leave
it.
that in 2020.
Yes, bro. I'm sick of it. It's so hard dating because 75% of the dudes don't believe in God no more. Well,
a trend.
I'm over
It's a
it.
That's a trend.
That's a topic. Niggas is too trendy. Like,
Yeah,
they
like
picking up
can we
any
not
trend.
get trendy with that?
Definitely not with the new trendy spirituality. For
Yeah,
sure.
like that.
People
no.
want to know what
the same old
what the
Jesus, baby.
secret sauce is in the whole atmosphere that is created here. It's really just the Holy Spirit. We have submitted and surrendered this business to Him. So when y'all come in and y'all say, "What is that? oh my gosh, it feels whatever. That's what you feel. We prayed all over this place. So whether you believe or agree or are part of that, just know we're always covering and praying for our clients. We love y'all. That's what's most important. And that's the thing that really truly sets us apart. And we're not ashamed to stand behind our beliefs. It's an integral part of why we do business and how we do business. And we welcome everybody, all walks of life, all everything.
And it's needed in a lock community.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to just
go ahead. Yeah,
turn
we're gonna talk about that.
But for real,
That's what I was waiting on.
But like honestly though, like it's just so necessary. And with people with locks, that's another thing. Dreads were also getting related to those kind of things, the negative side of the spirituality, and it's just not what it is.
Yeah.
And here we put the spirit that we want on the locks. It's not a spirit that's just already connotated like myths that we've heard before. That like it's just spirits on locks. It's just you can put the spirit that you would like on locks.
Yeah, I feel like people have to realize
we're bathing you in the Holy Spirit here.
People have to realize that locks had always been a thing that was synonymous with being committed, and with setting yourself apart. And so that's the biggest thing that we like to bring and represent. We kind of like to be airway traffic control, because so many people, I think, when they're starting their locks, it's usually a place that when you're maybe coming more into yourself, becoming more self-aware, you're wanting to like love who you are, and you're just usually on a journey. Like, and I know that's very cliche, and I don't mean that to be cliche, but just as women and just as us, especially as Black people, and trying to figure out where our stance is and what we believe and how we want to go about and present in this world. Our hair plays an integral part of that. So a lot of people who are starting locks, especially with all of the things that have come along with it, you're having to break that down and then say, okay, I want to start locks for whatever said reason that they want to do it. We're here just to let you know you can be a professional, you can be a Christian, you can be all of these different things, and it doesn't have to be connotated with that. It's our hair. It can represent what it represents to you. I think, we get so passionate about the Holy Spirit, about the Lord, because that's really why we do what we do, and that's our biggest thing. I feel like that sets us apart, and that we want to partner with that when we're doing ours here. And I feel like that's the thing.
That's the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful message. Before we leave all the way, I know I keep saying this like my fourth time saying this, but
you like a grandma.
Nah, we keeping everything. This is what, September 18th, right? And I gotta say this because me and my sister been going back and forth. The Mercury Gatorade retrograde shit.
Oh no,
we don't subscribe.
Y'all don't subscribe to it?
No.
Okay, yeah, my sister just. Now I will say this.
Okay.
It's some things that have been happening, and I've been side eyeing like, because it been back to back to back to back. I'm like, man, is it really a thing? Like,
I think anything that you focus on, or try to put, or that you add value to, I think you can. If you see value in that, and you get something to that.
By definition, people who follow the moon are lunatic.
Every time the moon ticks,
this shit ain't real. Taz
50-50
need.
on it.
She's really.
I'm 50-50 because when people start acting weird all at the same time, I'm like, it's a full moon or something.
But me, I feel like niggas acting weird all the time. So I
Right,
don't know.
that's what I'm like.
Right.
Lunatic.
Right. Now the reason why I did kind of side eye is because it was a lot of things that were close to me that was happening, and she just kept messaging me like, see. I'm like, man, it's just a coincidence, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's not 50. I can't say
my grandmother was huge on like zodiac signs and all that. So I don't want to completely disrespect it, but I believe this. If you believe in it, it's true. That's how I always live my life. If you believe it's true, it's real. So
I see. It's perception. It's real. Yeah.
What is it? My Libra, ascending Libra, descending Leo.
That sounds nuts to me. I'm sorry. That sounds nuts to me. Like when they be telling me, how can you be that many people all wrapped up in one?
And she actually explained it to me. Taz said, his sister. She explained to me what's ascending and what does it mean.
I'm telling you, she's my grandma. She's the baby Huda. Like my grandma would. Anything she would relate anything to your zodiac sign. Like if I get a new job, she'd be like, because you're an Aquarius. And Aquarius, they like to work. I'm like, no, grandma, I needed a job. Like I was broke. Like got shit to do with that.
Yeah, I said I found out my sun is a Libra, my moon is Leo. She said your moon is how you act when no one is looking, when you're in your comfort zone. Ascended is how the world sees you, like a mask.
Yeah, I'm good on. I'm
yeah.
Like, I'll
please
give you this.
spare
I'm
me.
50-50 also. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I just like to say it.
Teachers on. No,
I
teachers
just
on.
like to say it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
But people do never respect when it's like we're in the shop all day, so certain questions we get all the time when they're like, "Oh, so what's your thing?" And I'm like, "I'm not into that." Nobody ever respects it. They're always like, "No, so tell me when your birthday is. We're gonna Google it right now." And they want to do my whole. They never respect it. They never respect it. But I'm like, I'm good.
I'm telling you, me and my sister have a random conversation, and she'll be like, "What's his sign?" And then she just start breaking them down. I'm like, "You don't know this, man." Like,
Thank you. Like,
I just hate the cliche stigmas on zodiac signs. Like, it'd be a random person, Sagittarius, they're life of the party. That's anybody. Like, come on, man. Like, that's.
I just don't want anybody thinking that they can size me.
Coincidence.
Aquarius. They have a lot of similarities.
I don't think that anybody. I don't like people feeling like they can size me up based on that. Yeah, like you don't get to do that to be able to have me already figured out. I feel like so many of us, especially in this world that we live in, want everything to be instantaneous and know the cheat code to get to, the winning level, I guess, which is what relationship and intimacy and stuff. Yeah. And I feel like you're losing out on being able to get to know somebody thinking you got them wrapped up in a sign. Like, oh, this is how he's going to respond to this. And I just think it sets up room for so much manipulation, trying to play chess and figure out how to deal with people.
A possibility that people are born at the same time of the year.
I was gonna say that.
That y'all have like a similarities because
absolutely. I don't think it's anything wrong that people could have. We could have similar attributes, but like me being able to. But that's not what we're talking about. People are basing their life choices and decisions and how they date and how they want to move through the day or through business because it breaks it all down. Based on that stuff, I think that's nuts.
Just try not to.
No shade to them.
Qualify that to everything. That's why I say I don't subscribe. It's not.
I don't subscribe to that.
I'm not gonna qualify everything to that because it's deeper things. It's deeper reasons why people do stuff. It's not because you were born in October. It's because you have childhood trauma.
Thank you. Or like the family you came from, or like because you're from Texas and you're from this age. It's so many things that affect how we maneuver and do things. So I don't.
Nah, that's facts. But I appreciate y'all, man. This was dope. Again, let people know where they can find you.
Definitely, you can find us on all platforms at Cure House Naturals, and at Koco the Cure, and it's KOCO the Cure. You can also find us online at curehousenaturals.com. You can also leave us a lovely review at Cure House Naturals on Google as well. So you can find us pretty much on all platforms. Check out our hair products; they are available and curated specifically for locks. Come holler at us. We're located at 2100 North Highway 360 in Grand Prairie, Texas, Suite 1505B.
Okay, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you soon, inshallah.
Yo, pay attention. Them people out to get us. We at risk to their ambition. Cause we were not conditioned for this different way of living. We turning the sheet. This my Arabic explanation. Gotta learn to Kash. I inherited dedication. I ain't turning a cheek. I'm a field nigga. Blood on the back of my heels. I'ma still get you. Abruptly clapping my steel. I'ma still hit you. Covering up my tracks in the field. I'm a real nigga. Energy thick in my chest. These politics and these rappers just optimistically guess. I'm the truth like Devin and I don't miss like Steph. I got kids in the heavens with rotten ribs in my flesh. Jump out the sky like my lineage and share the soul of the prophet. Read the Quran when I seen it. Now I'd rather grow my deposit. No record deal, but let's reveal what the rest conceal. Blessed with extra skills just to confess the real.